So today I want to do something a little different. I want to talk about some things that have been brought to my attention. If you've been following the channel, you know my wife is a marketing director. Well, she came home with some stories that I thought were very, very interesting and I thought would make good videos. So we came up with this video series working together, The Dirty Little Secrets of Freelance Design Work. Now, these aren't really, dirty secrets. Not that kind of dirty secrets, but little tips and tricks that we have learned along the way in the 20 years that we've been doing graphic design work for clients and companies, both large and small. So let's just go ahead and get started. This is going to be the first video in our series, and it's called You're Responsible for Your Business. You're a hustler. You have to hustle. But that's not a bad thing. Embrace your independence. Embrace it. It can be overwhelming when you first hang your shingle. A lot of people try to do it by having a job full-time, freelancing on the side. That never worked for me. I couldn't do both. I was so exhausted from my full-time job that working at night kicked my tail. My design suffered, my clients suffered, because invariably, clients like to call during the day. So I had to work full-time jobs in the design field. And the best way I did that was to get a portfolio. So that would be the first thing. Embrace the responsibility that you have to sell your services. You also have to maintain your clients. And I had to learn that the hard way. I was a very vocal person early on in my business career. And there's a lot of things that I have learned with dealing with clients. I don't talk about myself. I just don't. I always turn the conversation to the client. I talk about their needs, their desires, their wishes, their wants. It's all about them. I also had to develop some strategies to land clients. Now, how do you get clients? That's part of the hustle. So how do you land clients? Well, there's all kinds of ways that work for you. I know what works for me, but it may not necessarily work for you. How do you market yourself effectively? Well, the first thing I would do is work on your portfolio. Even if you have to create bogus projects and put them up online so people can see your work. I have had 3 headhunters tell me that you would be surprised how little portfolios we get, which was shocking to me, but that's what I just heard. Heck, I just heard that 3 weeks ago. So have a portfolio. Another way of getting clients is I like to get jobs. I will work for a printing company. I will work for $15 an hour, $17 an hour, $20 an hour. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the opportunity to meet people, network, and let people know that I exist, and maybe I can provide services for them or their businesses. My wife likes to go to events. That's the way she markets. She likes to go to events, shake hands, get to know people, chat it up. That's not my jam. That's her jam. That's not mine. My jam is I like to go to work, get to know the customers as I'm servicing their stuff, and we get to talking. That's how I like to do it. Industry events also is another one. Meetups and whatnot. Those have been fairly successful. Teaching has been successful for me, but I didn't start teaching until after 20 years in the business. So embrace your independence. Don't necessarily see it as an overwhelming thing. Embrace it. Be patient. This is a journey. And if you're just starting out, you're going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. It's hard. This is not for everybody. Many are called, few answer. You have to love it. Because if you're doing it for the money, you're in the wrong business. The phrase starving artist is real. It's absolutely real. But it's amazing. I have met so many people. I have traveled so many places. I have worked on so many cool things. It's been a real pleasure. But it's also been hard as all get out. It has taxed me to the nth degree. So it's a journey. Be patient. And when you get down, take a look at your portfolio. Pull out your portfolio and take a look at all the projects that you've worked on. And recognize the perseverance that it took to get to where you are today. My wife, at the end of every year, we sit down with our kids and we just go through the year. And we are marveled about all the stuff that have happened over the year. It always gives me a boost to recognize, because you don't always see, when you're in it day to day, you don't always see how far you've come. Now, I say patience, but understand the power of patience. Set yourself some milestones and recognize over the years if you have met those milestones. But be patient with yourself. I'll tell you, if life went as fast as I wanted it to go, I would have been dead a lot sooner. And I say that in a metaphorical sense, only because sometimes when I was in the thick of it, I'm sure you have seen interview after interview after interview what people thought was instant wealth, and only to find out that, it took them 10 years to get there. It took them 15 years. They were ignored by their industry for 12 years. Now they have wealth. And you've also heard interview after interview after interview that people who did get wealthy, like lottery winners, what happens? They go bankrupt, typically. Not all, but typically. So what does that tell you? That tells you that if you're moving at the speed of life that you think that you should be moving at, guess what happens? You're either overwhelmed or you feel underappreciated. And that's the power of patience. Patience can combat those things. And you're going to need it. You're going to need to slow down. I'm telling my kids all the time, slow down. The wall didn't jump out. You ran into the wall. Slow down. And part of that is setting realistic goals. Set realistic goals. If you don't have a good portfolio, get a good portfolio. If you don't have a good marketing strategy, get a marketing strategy. You're the hustler. You got to go out and do it. If you're not happy with the clients that you have, guess what? Those are your clients. You got them. If you're not happy with the money you're getting paid, guess what? That's your doing. You weren't good about your pricing. So these are the things that you have to be responsible for. And that's a dirty little secret. They don't tell you in design school this stuff. What they tell you in design school is what fonts go together, what colors go together, how to lay out a page, how to code this, how to code that, how to use this app, how to use that app. They don't sit there necessarily and give you the ins and outs of the daily stuff, the daily grind, that when you're having a tough day, how do you not throw in the towel with your design career? Okay, these are the dirty little secrets. You will have hard days, but it is the most rewarding thing if you're in it for the right reasons. All right, so that's the first one in our video series. We're going to do a whole bunch of others. I hope you enjoyed. If you learned something, great. Leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed and you like content like this, please subscribe. It helps me out. I certainly appreciate it. Well, anyway, thanks for stopping by. You have a good day. Get out there and go hustle. All right, take care. Bye-bye.